Alright guys, we got one last game in my little string of casts for TWC 19 EU. We got Tattoo versus Trakor. And so we got Trakor on Abacid and Tattoo is here on the HRE. He's going to start empowering all of his wood gatherers, which will be a really big boon for him. He can start on a fishing ship eco quite quickly here. While Trakor opening with a dock to begin with right now. So I think for Abacid it is a little bit cheaper for them. What would it be? Yeah, 150 wood for the other civs. So Abacid player going to be able to start fishing pretty much straight away. This pond distribution is going to be... It's fully whacked, bro. It's going to be hard for our players to maintain control of all three of their ponds, as well as potentially try and nab one off their opponent, I think. But there's this one safe one for Tattoo pretty much, but the rest of them are all pretty easy to try and contest for all of our players. So Trakor, fishing ship eco, already starting for the Abacid player, HRE player, not far away from it. So neither player having gathered any gold just yet or any stone. They're just going for that food wood eco, trying to bump up the eco count for the time being. Trakor just going for a bit of a scout of his opponent, Tattoo. So fishing boats, 75 a pop. And warships, can't train them till age 2. Going to be quite expensive. But I think the HRE player is going to have a slight upper hand on the water. The galley, a bit more expensive. But the Dow, don't know if they're going to fight well as well 1-to-1. For the Dow, 40 seconds to train. Galley, also 40 seconds. As long as Tattoo can maintain the gold income he needs, and HRE has pretty strong eco steroids here. So once empowered, they've got this carry capacity and gather rate buff. Really solid for them. While the Abacid player is going to have to rely on getting a House of Wisdom down and getting to 10 or more buildings to actually start getting a Civ unique eco steroid going. You know, other than the fact that he's up by a couple of fishing ships, a little bit easier for him to expand to a second dock here, but it looks like Tattoo is going to start picking away at this villager. So it looks like Trakor going to finish the dock up and send his own scout to try and clean this up. So villager and scout, obviously a better composition than just a scout. Another scout coming in for Tattoo. Trakor's scout hasn't got all the health in the world, so he may lose it here. Oh no, some good micro. He pulls it out just in time. How good's your pull-out game? And so fishing boat on the way out of a second dock for him, while Tattoo's also started on a second dock, but Trakor have to bring back his other scout to try and clean this up. Maybe even train another in the midst, while Tattoo also not bothering to go for a third scout yet. That would be quite useful in winning control of the water here. On a map like this. A bit of a scout skirmish here, with the low scouts being pulled back, because these guys do regenerate as well. Just buying some time for the dock of Trakor's. He doesn't want it to get burned down. Doesn't necessarily want to lose a scout defending it either. Tattoo, oh, able to pick one off there. So neither the Abbasid nor the HRE player have a fishing ship that'll actually attack the land units. Well, Delhi, I believe, does. So Trakor considering going for a barracks, but actually cancelling it in favour of just going for his House of Wisdom, adding his mining camp, and he's possibly just going to look at going for 2 TC Abbasid behind this, while some stone gathering here for Tattoo. So I don't know whether he's looking to go 2 TC or go for some aggressive towering and really just deny his opponent's water. Both our players just on the 2 lakes for the minute apiece. A nil now for HRE. So he can probably look at getting his wheelbarrow. It's interesting to see Abbasid and Delhi played without going for early berries. But I suppose that's just because of the water eco. Gonna have my fishing ships here for Tattoo. He's now warding off another scout of Trakor's. Trakor with a good fishing ship count though. It's a lot of travel time there. Age up on the way for both players. Minework Palace is going to allow for 40% cheaper blacksmith tech. It used to be 30%, I believe, but now it's been buffed. It's because people were always going arching, but they also have buffed that too. So Eco Wing going to allow fresh foodstuffs. Really cheap villager production. It means a second TC boom is going to be really formidable from our Abbasid player. Or our HRE player. Possibly going for second TC here as well. Actually, Tattoo's in a great spot to take it. He's finished up the Minework Palace. These upgrades are so cheap. But for now, Tattoo just chilling. Yeah, he's going to get that second town center. He's going to get a barracks as well. And Trakor, age up not far away. Still needs quite a bit more stone and wood to go for his second town center now. He's committed to a 3rd dock. But doing so, slowed down his age up a little bit. Well, there is a very quick second town center here for Tattoo. The lumber camp on the way there. Tattoo. Trakor's got a couple as well, so it's always a good idea to step them forward, because otherwise the walk time just starts to get ridiculous. Really cut into the efficiency of your gathering. I know wheelbarrow does tend to offset it a little bit, but particularly when you're not getting wheelbarrow, you really want to be on the ball with that. And then, I mean, even then you want to add wheelbarrow, because why wouldn't you? Trakor pushing forward, a couple of spears now. Age up finished. Adding a pair of rangers now as well. So Tattoo wants to just try and get his fishing ships away from the melee, but he's going to get some early man-at-arms. They're going to be a great counter against the spears right now. Other man-at-arms being used along with the scouts to try and take out this other dock of Trakor's. So Tattoo is putting the work on attack and defense. Really reaping the reward right now. So I think he is going to get that dock, and he's defended his own. He's set Trakor back to 2 dock. He does have the fastest second town center at the moment. While Trakor, he's got the stone he needs, but he's starting to overgather on stone, and he still needs a bit of wood in order to be able to get it. It's been a good pick off for Tattoo, but now we've got some more units being added to Camel Archers, which can kite the man-at-arms really well. Although they can't pick them off quite as well as, say, anti-heavy ranged units are. Marmok Palace being used to get the first ranged armor upgrade. So again, really going to slow down how quickly these man-at-arms fall. Well, a couple of stables and barracks being added now for Tattoo. Here's Eco. H2 in a great spot right now. He's up to 48. Oh, Trakor's up to 48 and 5, but Tattoo's up to 56 and 8 at the moment. And bearing in mind, he doesn't have a bunch of inactive fishing boats at the moment. Oh, and this man-at-arms has denied the dock, so this is really slowing down Trakor's eco behind this. Starting to see the score lead really reflect Tattoo's precision here. The Camel Archers, as good as they can kite, it's going to be tough for them to stick around now that there's horsemen in the fray. You can chase them a little bit faster, and the man-at-arms are just going to be so tanky, considering they've already got that ranged armor upgrade. So the dock going to get interrupted once again, I think. But Tattoo going to just continue trying to engage on the Camel Archers, and he'll be rewarded for it. So Trakor, Water Eco really being slowed down, and I don't think he's gone for that second TC just yet. So Tattoo 62 and 13, Trakor 51 and 9. So a bit of a Vil lead now opening up, but a couple of man-at-arms being picked off for Trakor's trouble. So these guys cost half as much as the Camel Archers, so losing 2 of them there for the Camel Archer, sort of 50-50. And this dock still only just now being replaced by Trakor, so I think it's been a little bit of a blow to his early eco right now. So a nice engagement here from Tattoo, really able to force the Camel Archers back, and the Spears just having to try and chase. Tattoo even trying to pick off the Spears as best he can before he re-engages on the Camel Archers here. A good number of them means that the Horsemen are going to lose a lot of their front line quite quickly. You have to retreat because they are going to have reduced damage. So Minework Palace being used to research the melee damage upgrade. So Trakor and Tattoo both still in H2 for the minute. Trakor looking to creep forward with some towers now, but I think he's underestimating the position that Tattoo's in at the moment. He's up to 72 bills to Trakor's 57 at the moment, so his outpost attempt being denied, and I think these vills are probably going to get sniped here. The Spears just in time. Really solid unit against cavalry, particularly for Abbasid. They can get a double spearman attack range upgrade. And when supported with these Camel Archers, so as you can see, reduce the damage of these horsemen. Quite a solid trade here. But I don't know if Trakor has enough to take this fight. He's only got 20 military at the moment. To 25, so not much more, but the tower isn't just up yet to support, so third dock now finished, but we've also got 3 water here for Tattoo, so his eco absolutely roaring. And Trakor now has the second town center, but it's a little bit late compared to his opponents, so Tattoo has really cut him open in the early mid-game of this map, and now he just seems to be a little bit careful to not throw away these horsemen, but that's an impressive spear count here for Trakor. Some good micro of the Camel Archers, but the Camel Archer count is really starting to be thinned out now. The Spears not really able to take a lasting fight against the Man-at-Arms now, so Tattoo again, another successful campaign for him. So none of our players really in a position to go quickly for castle just yet. But Tattoo going to lose that. Going to take out Trakor's tower now. Just going to try and mass up a few more Camel Archers. So So he's got the 3 rangers and 3 barracks. Well, we've got quite a lot of production here for Tattoo. He's up to 3 stables, 3 barracks, and 3 rangers. Not to see any stables added yet for our Abbasid player. He's starting to fall behind now. He's got his range damage upgrade, but that's just about it for the minute. Linework Palace has now been used to get every single Age 2 upgrade for the HRE player. So Tattoo, a bit of a lead over his clanmate here at the moment. A few archers in the mix here. Really clean up the spear count as well. And the man-at-arms able to tank a lot of the damage. But Tattoo doesn't engage with basically everything because he's split off the horseman. He's willing to throw away this comp because it's just keeping Trakor busy while he runs everything into his base. He knows he's bought himself a bit of a lead at the moment. And Trakor having to really tower up for the minute. He's going to defend here, but he's going to be forced to garrison quite a lot of his eco behind this. So Trakor, 30 bills locked up, 20 now. And it's going to be a tough sell for him to get through this. Doesn't quite have the production of his opponent here. All the upgrades, but these towers are going to delay what seems to be the inevitable. Tattoo playing extremely well on the HRE. There's the goal to go to castle now. Probably just needs to get a little bit more food. Starting to really run out of water now. The water ecos. The well is running dry for our players. Trakor is actually going to have a little bit longer lasting water eco, as his was slowed down so well by Tattoo earlier on in this game, but it looks like Tattoo can take this dock out again. He's still able to be quite the threat. He's going to try and deny the dock and then some more production. Really force Trakor into bleeding out here because he's grew quite a lead. Got Tattoo on 87 and 48. Trakor on 51 and 12. So yeah, the eco for Trakor starting to really struggle now. And this other dock going to get taken out as well. There's not a lot of food left here. Oh, there is another shoreline fish school. Oh, and another one down here. Yeah, that third dock going to get taken out. This topside dock nearly done. And I'm start picking off the fishing boats. And Trakor finds himself in a really tough spot at the moment. He can't quite get to castle from here. Tattoo over gathering a little bit of gold right now. Let's get a bit more food. But things are going really well, and he's going to look at trying sacking the second town center here for Trakor. A few spears in the mix, but there's plenty of archers to clean them up, as well as man-at-arms. The horsemen can really focus on taking out the town center, it looks like. Camel archers in support, but there's not quite enough of a critical mass to really just blow up the man-at-arms quickly. So the second town center is going to fall, and Tattoo takes the game over Trakor. GG.